Hey Unibeauties, welcome back to my channel where you can be your unique, beautiful self. And today we have a very exciting video, exciting for me anyways. I have been getting into perfume within like the last year, and I have made my very first Dossier haul. And I just want to kind of like share it with you. I'm not very good at like describing perfumes at like Laura May Beauty. I'm not sure if you heard of her, watch her. I love her fragrance stuff, but she can describe it way better than me. So instead of trying to describe each scent, I'm just gonna rank them on a scale of least liked to most liked, personal preference from what I got. But first, let's take a look at the packaging. So this is how each perfume will arrive. Comes in this nice little box, and then you can open it up. And inside it's got a card, and then what I like is on the back it has the name, the notes, what it's inspired by, concentration. Super nice card with everything labeled on it so you kind of can keep track of what your perfume is. But if you don't want to keep the card, they also have the top notes on the perfume itself. Let me show you what it looks like in the box as well. So this is what it looks like in the box. Super simple, super nice, and I really like that. I like simple. Fancy perfume bottles are great too, but not having a bunch of extra waste as far as packaging is fantastic. Alright, so I purchased 5 perfumes because they have awesome deals where if like the more you buy, the bigger discount you get, and of course I want a bigger discount, so I bought more. However, I did not like some of them, but we're going to start from the bottom and work our way to the top. And first one will be Aquatic Coconut. This is what it looks like, so you can see the bottle as well. What I do like, real quick before we get into the scent, is these lids are magnetic. That's nice. But I have a feeling that I don't like bergamot, because this is a top note and I didn't like it in another perfume as well. Top notes are bergamot, pink pepper, lemon, aquatic accord. Middle notes are lang lang, heliotrope flower, coconut. Base notes musk, cedarwood, benzoin, and tonka bean. And if I'm pronouncing those horribly, I'm so sorry. And this is inspired by Replica Beach Walk. So if I had to quickly describe this, it smells fresh, it smells clean, crisp, and there is like a sweet scent, but it's very mild. Definitely just leans on the cleaner, fresh, crisp side. I barely smell any of the coconut. I get this mainly because of the coconut scent. I really love coconut, but the coconut doesn't really come through to me on this. And it's too clean smelling. To be honest, it kind of reminds me of an old woman. That's what this makes me think of. Number 4 in this sequence, again we're going from least to most favorite of the purchases, is Fruity Brown Sugar. Kind of hold this here so you can see it. Top notes are bergamot, raspberry, pear. Middle notes are jasmine, orange blossom, brown sugar, and base notes are patchouli, amber, and vanilla. And here's what this bottle looks like. Just so you can see. This one has a pink logo for the Fruity Brown Sugar. And this one I was super on the fence about, but when I put it on, it was like super overpowering. Like the scent just like knocked me down, and like not in a good way. Like it was just so strong. It definitely smells sweet. Very, like, it definitely has a lot of fruit in it. It smells fruity sweet, not like candy sweet by no means. I don't really get the brown sugar, maybe just a sugar. Number 4. I don't know how to describe that one because it doesn't really ring any bells or makes me think of anything. So. And number 3, which surprises me because I figured this would be my number 1 because it's like super hyped, is Ambery Saffron, which is the Baccarat Rouge 540. Everybody probably has heard of that perfume. It's super expensive and it's supposed to smell super amazing. Obviously, I'm not going to pay for that because I cannot justify paying that much for a perfume. So when I heard of this, I was like, okay, yeah, that's worth a shot, right? Okay, and for this, top notes is saffron, Orange Blossom. Middle notes is jasmine, plum, cedarwood. Base notes is oak moss, fir, balsam, and amber. Oh, and this actually does smell really good. But the sad thing is, this is the first one that I actually wore out. The first day that I got it, I sprayed it all over me and I wore this out. And like when people smelled it, they're like, I don't know if I like that or not. And I was like, oh my gosh. People talk about getting like compliments from this scent, you know. When I wore it out, people are like, I don't really know if I like that. So maybe it's just not mixing well with my skin, or maybe it's just overhyped. I'm not really sure. I personally think this smells really good. It's hard to describe. It's a light sweetness, and the orange, it's like a flowery orange, so I definitely can see the orange blossom coming through, but it's not too heavy. It's not too sweet. It's not too fruity. In my personal opinion, it's a really good combination. So that's why this is my number 3. Number 2 will be Ambery Vanilla. And actually why I got this is based off the YSL Black Opium. I smelled the Black Opium in store and I wanted it so bad, but I just could not justify spending that much money on a perfume. Maybe one day, but I figured this would be a good alternative. In the meantime, this top notes is mandarin, pear, pink pepper, licorice. Middle notes is jasmine, orange blossom. Base notes is cedarwood, patchouli, vanilla, coffee. Now, this is really hard to describe, like smelling it like this, because it's like hit you in the face, like makes your nose burn, and like you really have to spray this on and like let it settle down for it to smell good. So I did end up liking this. It's a sweet scent, but it's not too sweet, like a sugary sweet. And I'm not sure if it necessarily compares to the actual YSL. I'm not sure if it's living up to it yet. I'm gonna wear it a little bit more and see, but like it's a sweet, simple smelling perfume. And number 1, which I'm actually super, super glad I found, and like definitely gonna be one of my top favorite perfumes that I'm gonna be wearing, is Ambery Cherry. And this is inspired by Tom Ford Lost Cherry. Now, I've never smelled the original Lost Cherry, so I don't know what that smells like. The notes on this, top notes obviously, is cherry, almond, cinnamon. Middle notes is cloves, rose, jasmine, plum. Base notes is Peru balsam, tonka bean, and vanilla. Now, I was a little worried because cinnamon kind of reminds me of Fireball sometimes, and that stuff makes me want to gag and throw up. So I was like, ugh, don't know how I feel about that. But I'm glad I gave it a try. Like, it really intrigued me, the cherry scent. I love the way cherries smell, like cherry scented stuff. I'm a sucker for it. Like, I think it smells so good. Some people are really opposed to cherries. This may not be favorable for all people, but this is just so hard to describe. The cherry and the cinnamon are definitely two that really pull through for me. Like the top, like, hits you in the face. It's like a sweet, like maraschino cherry, like, you know, the jarred sweet cherries that you use for like baking and stuff, or like drinks. And then the cinnamon, it's definitely like a Christmas time cinnamon. Not like a baking cinnamon, like a fall cinnamon where you think of pumpkin cinnamon. It's like the broomsticks people get out at Christmas time that is like super cinnamony. That's the way this smells, but in a good, I think, in a good way. And it's sweet. It's still got a little bit of that spice from the cinnamon. Oh my gosh, like if you like cherries and cinnamon, please give this a try. This literally smells so good. I think this is gonna be like one of my new signature perfumes. I'm literally in love. Like, this smells so good. Now, I have no idea what the original smells like, but this is pretty daggone good to me. I love it so much. So that will make my number 1 for the list. And honestly, I'm pretty happy for the price point for these perfumes. I think I got, with this discounts, all 5 perfumes for around $140. And that's a pretty good steal, because that's how much you'll pay for one perfume, for like name brand perfume. To have 5 perfumes instead of 1, to have a variety, that is freaking awesome. So I am overall glad and happy with my experience with Dossier. I think I would purchase from them again, but we'll see how how this wears and my thoughts over time. It may change because things do after you get more experience or more exposure to them, but overall I'm happy with my purchase, and thank you for going through my ranking and review of these Dossier perfumes.